February 5th, 2020. Joe here at Simple Life Show. Appreciate everyone for joining me today. I came across this story here a few minutes ago. I just wanted to kind of talk about it here. If you haven't heard of ClearView AI, maybe this is something that you maybe need to look into because it could be the next big thing, but it could also be the next big threat to your own privacy. Now, we all know that social media and Google kind of follows us around wherever we go. It's kind of how they create the maps and so forth, and be able to tell if there's traffic jams and so forth. Google knows where you are. Google knows where you are. Facebook knows where you are. Twitter knows where you are. Everyone knows where you are. Now we are taking the step further. Not just simply knowing where you are. It's simply knowing who you are at a moment's glance. We have security, we have surveillance, we see the cameras everywhere. Surveillance cameras, traffic cams, so forth. We're constantly seeing these things in our environment. Now, any random person can just come up to you, take your picture, even without you knowing, and they'll be able to identify you and be on your social media within seconds. And that's every footprint that you have online. This is a true thing. This is ClearView AI. So who's using this? People are using it. But also, more importantly, law enforcement is using ClearView AI. Welcome to the sci-fi dystopian 1984, everyone. It's getting worse now. 1984 is now a reality. It is now 2000. But it doesn't mean that we can't fight back about this kind of stuff. It's very, very concerning to me that now you can just simply take a picture of someone and you can see everything that their entire digital footprint. For the most part on social media. Of course, it can go way further than that. All they have to do is just keep working at it. But they have a good start. Now, this is ClearView.ai's website. Came here and says their mission. ClearView is a new research tool used by law enforcement agencies to identify perpetrators and victims of crimes. What they're doing is they're saying, oh, it's just for law enforcement. But there's an app that you can use using ClearView AI technology. Right when you open their website, it comes to this. And the first thing that I see is search, not surveillance. ClearView is an after-the-fact research tool. ClearView is not a surveillance system and is not built like one. For example, analysts upload images from crime scenes and compare them to publicly available images. This can be used in so many different ways. The fact that they have to put this up only means that there is a problem with this. There's a problem with what they're doing. There's a problem with them going through all of social media for billions and billions of pictures, for billions and billions of people, to all include this in one database that anyone could log into. Law enforcement, the government, your job, any random person on the street, any random person that might cause you harm or your children's harm. Guess what? A lot of kids have social media accounts now, and we always try to keep them private. We're always trying to keep our children safe online. But now any trench coat wearing weirdo can take a picture of your kids, have all their information. Guess what? We don't live in a very free society anymore when we are basically held inside the bondage of surveillance. If we can't move freely and privately, then we don't truly live in a free society anymore now, do we? Social media giants like Twitter and Facebook are going to have to answer the question about whether this is legit or whether this is going too far. Because if Twitter and Facebook choose money over people's privacy, then there is a huge problem. That's just the last domino to fall. After that, it's game on. Anyone can just get your information. At that point, there's simply no way to escape, because now people can take pictures from you from a distance. Telescopic lens, get your picture, upload it, put it in the database, know exactly who you are within seconds. This is the reality that we're living in right now, folks. This is part of the reality that Democrats want to give to us as well. And I'm not saying that it's all Democrats, as well as I'm not saying that all Republicans are against it either. I am just going based on trends and what they have been saying out of their own mouths. They want to do all these things. They want to take away all your freedoms to protect children. But guess what? Children won't be protected either, because if this is allowed to continue, then we're going to have a problem. Now, there was a couple of clips here I have of CBS talking about this, and I'll go ahead and play that for you.
Let's see. When we tried out the company's phone app, even covering half my face, it still worked on the first try.
There we go.
Tontat says ClearView has 3 billion images in its database sourced from millions of websites and social media platforms in a method known as scraping. Wired editor-in-chief Nick Thompson says facial recognition raises sobering moral and ethical questions.
In order to build it, you have to scrape a lot of public information in ways that may be legal, but that certainly goes against the terms of service of companies like Facebook and Twitter. Secondly, this is really creepy. And the big companies who have the data already haven't wanted to do it.
YouTube, Facebook, Venmo, and Twitter told CBS News scraping is against their policies. Last night, Google and YouTube sent ClearView a cease and desist letter, and this comes weeks after Twitter did the same, demanding ClearView stop scraping pictures from their platform and delete any data taken. Are you aiming to comply with Twitter?
Our legal counsel has reached out to them and are handling it accordingly. But there is also a First Amendment right to public information. So the way we have built our system is to only take publicly available information and index it that way.
And reaches the general population and anyone's faces in this database.
It's that it could be misused. And so, for example, some people have wondered, well, what if I'm in the background of someone else's picture on social media that I don't know is posted? And that was my case, for example, is I saw images people had taken of their television, or my fraternity at UCLA had put me in something I didn't know, and that came up. What if that is then, or some privacy advocates have said, well, what if you're at a protest or a demonstration and the police see that your face matches with you at these demonstrations? Do you then become part of another database? And then what if it's available to the general public? What if you could snap a picture of someone's face and find their entire online existence? Have we now crossed this threshold into a world? When we tried out the company's phone app, even covering...
Okay, so we always have a decision to make. We're always being tested day in and day out. In fact, from month to month to year, we're always making New Year's resolutions. I would challenge everyone to make a New Year's resolution to fight back against this kind of stuff, especially when it comes to surveillance. Make your voice heard, even if it's just on social media. Write these giants letters, call them, do something. Say that this is not acceptable, because if we don't fight back, if we don't tell them that we will not accept this, we will go to other platforms, they will continue doing these things. They will not care about our privacy. And it's not just about social media. It's about what social media can get away with, what these huge corporations can get away with, and then the government takes its cues on that. Think about that. If we allow corporations to do these types of things to us on a consistent basis, the government's going to continue doing it too on a federal and national level. Until next time, this is Joe with Simple Life. I'll have new videos coming out here shortly, hopefully, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.